please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
JDS chief H.D. Deve Gowda have already cast their votes, the ruling Congress and main opposition. While BJP are the main contenders for power, while former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda's JDS is likely to play the kingmaker. Election Commission sources say over 55,600 polling stations have already been set up, and there would be some auxiliary booths as well. Over 3.5 lakh personnel are on duty. Congress is aiming at retaining the only large state it rules after Punjab, while BJP is striving to form its government in Karnataka, which party President Amit Shah has said will be its gateway to the south for a second time. Meanwhile, the current Chief Minister Siddaramaiah hopes to break the incumbency jinx. Our correspondent Rukmini Rahul has been on ground all month, literally, to get a feel of all the action. And she's joining us live this morning. Rukmini, I believe you're at an all-women polling booth. Talk to us about all the action out there.
Well, that's right. I'm at one of the all-women manned polling booths called as the Pink Booths this time around. And with me are some of enthusiastic voters who've just cast their vote and come back. If I can request you to show your fingers, you know, that they have cast their franchise and they have sealed the fate of political parties here in Karnataka. So I'll come to you first. In terms of your own experience at the all-women's polling station, how's that been?
It's pretty organized and, you know, things are pretty much facilitated well. And I see that, you know, the polling officers are very cooperative in terms of if there is any issues or stuff like that. I only hope there are no glitches in terms of fake voter IDs and stuff.
Madam, how was your experience of voting?
No, it's all right.
Sure. I also have some very young voters who've come out and vote. Is this your first vote? Have you been casting vote? And what is your own experience of voting this time around?
It's been my third, election this time, and it's been seamless, I would say.
Sure.
Well, this is my first time, and I think it's a great experience. I thought it'll be really hectic and stuff, but as I went in, it was really smooth and everything went well.
Sure. So, how was your experience?
Experience is good, madam, but there is no any problem. Running smoothly, madam.
Sure. Also, very impressively, by about 9:30 throughout Karnataka, we have seen polling percentage shoot up to about 10.45% is what we've been given to understand by Election Commission. But of course, we'll have to see how the voter turnout turns out to be in the next few hours. We believe that by about 1 o'clock, we should see substantial percentage of Karnataka having cast their votes. Keep coming back to me for all the updates.
Keeping it with this story, key political figures like Yediyurappa, Deve Gowda, KJ George have already cast their votes in Karnataka. Let's take a minute to listen into what they had to say. Amidst all this action, BJP President Amit Shah has tweeted on Karnataka's Day of Reckoning, and I quote, "Voting is the voice of the people living in a democracy. Please don't forget to vote for a Nava Karnataka. By voting for a deserving candidate, ensure that you fulfill your responsibility to bring a just government to power. Please vote today without fail." Congress President Rahul Gandhi tweeted as well. He tweeted, and I quote, "The voter turnout is a sign of a dynamic democracy. I welcome all my young friends who are voting for the first time in Karnataka. People from Karnataka will be able to celebrate the largest festival of democracy with a great number of celebrations." Welcome back to this special coverage right here on CNBC TV18, and straight then to an exclusive news break. CNBC TV18 learns that the composition of the Flipkart board after its deal with Walmart has been finally chalked out, and initially the board is likely to have 8 directors, 5 of whom will be appointed by Walmart itself. Now Priya Sheth is joining us with the exclusive details on this news break. Priya, thanks so much for joining in. And what exactly are sources indicating to you about the structure of the board initially?
Well, absolutely, some very significant details have been disclosed with regards to Flipkart's board as a part of the shareholders agreement that has been filed on the SEC. Now, let me take you through those details. Flipkart board is expected to initially have about 8 directors. Now, to break this up for you, 5 of the directors will be Walmart appointed directors. 2 directors will be appointed by minority shareholders. In this case, it could be Tiger as well as Tencent, who could be a part of the board. And one founder, in this case, is Binny Bansal. So we have a sort of indication as to what the board will look like. 2 Walmart-appointed directors will be unaffiliated with Walmart for at least 2 years post the deal closure. And of course, there is a clause that may include the number of directors to be increased to 9 at any given point of time. Now, what's also interesting as a part of the shareholders agreement is that Walmart may appoint or replace the CEO and any other principal executives of the Flipkart group. So this means that the power of appointing the CEO or any of the principal associates does lie with Walmart. Another very critical part in the shareholders agreement is that the holder of 60% of Flipkart shares, the minority shareholders, may require Flipkart to effect an IPO 4 years after the transaction closing at a valuation which is no less than that paid by Walmart. So some very critical readings coming out of the shareholders agreement. We'll have to wait and watch when the final board composition is announced by Walmart and Flipkart. But it's very...
Absolutely, Priya. And a quick follow-up then, like you mentioned, the most important aspect will be to wait for that final, print of how exactly the board will look like. But any kind of timelines we're talking about, how soon can we see that actual structure of the board of, Flipkart after this deal?
Well, as part of the initial shareholders agreement, there has been, a mandate to have about 8 directors on the board. Of course, this is something that Walmart did say in the press release issued during the time of the deal announcement, that they will consequently announce what the board structure looks like. So that's something that we'll have to wait and watch. But one critical takeaway is that 5 directors will be Walmart-appointed directors, and 2 will belong to the investors, that's Tiger as well as Tencent in this case, and 1 will be held by Binny Bansal, who is the founder.
Absolutely, Priya Shah joining us with all exclusive details of the fine print of that board of Flipkart, and we will be going back to her, of course, as this news materializes over the next couple of weeks. But time now to revisit our top story and do a quick check of what corporate India expects from the next government that will be formed in Karnataka. To find out, we caught up with Kiran Majumdar-Shaw of Biocon as well as Vikram Kirloskar of Toyota Kirloskar Motors.
I would like to see better governance in Bengaluru, and I personally believe that, for long we've been discussing the role of BBMP and the structure of BBMP. And I think that has to be a very, very strong focus for this next government. There are lots of things we need to do in terms of our healthcare delivery model. How do we really provide good quality healthcare for all? How do we make sure that our education policy really creates the kind of jobs and employability that we are looking for?
For me, the farmer to be made rich is always the first priority. If somehow we develop more technology in farming, in making rural people more rich, is what I think the government should focus on. Industry like us can take care of ourselves. We should be left with an open hand, the regulation only on environment, but government effort, maximum government effort on the rural and the poor people for inclusive growth. Inclusive growth is most important.
Well, let's go back to our Bangalore correspondent, Rukmini Rao, who's actually been on ground the whole of the last month, getting us every development leading up to the election day this morning. Rukmini, take it away from me. Talk to me about all the excitement on ground in Bangalore this morning.
Well, with me are a few voters. I'm in, of course, one of the pink polling booths, which is completely manned by women. And I have some voters with me, I believe, who are facing a little bit of difficulty when it comes to casting their vote. Ma'am, you were just talking about your name not being there in the voters list.
My husband. My name is not there in that list. Okay, so they're saying that, so it is not there in the voters list. It is not there. If it is not there in the online, you cannot vote. So, but last election I voted, but this year it seems to be it's not there in the list.
Sure, but
we have approached the people over there, so we said that it is not there in the list, and I can vote based on that my Aadhaar card or voter ID is there. but they are not allowing me to vote.
Sure. You also face some difficulties?
Not me. See, nowadays voter person is coming very percentage less. And the time, if you people already they are given the mandatories. If you do not have the voter card, you can provide by Aadhaar card, passbook, or ration card, and the base of any ID proofs, you can use your rights. So, after having the mandatory also, these persons are not allowing to vote. So, very few members having the interest to come and voting, okay. If you people who are coming them to you making harassment and sending back means, then it will come very reduced.
Sure.
Then how come we have come with the Aadhaar card, still they are not allowing us to do. And my neighbors, everyone are there, even my family members have got the Aadhaar card, but I don't have. At least with the Aadhaar card, if they would have allowed me to do,
important
it would have been
see, family
helpful.
members, everybody is there, having the voter cards. See, this family member having
in,
voter cards,
in his case,
this person is
time
missing.
They have come, they have taken the registration numbers, everything, and still they don't have. It is whose responsibility?
Sure. So,
should we elect or not? Should we elect or not?
Because we are asking our rights, not other properties or something else.
And Aadhaar card is of no use, and what for the Aadhaar card?
It's clearly given in the news saying that
See,
if you don't
Sure. I do understand. Madam, you were also telling me about difficulties inside?
Difficulties inside? Yeah, because they're not cooperating. They're not even ready to listen.
The lady only told, if you have Aadhaar card, you can use your rights. After going the inside, the total picture is changed.
Sure. I've also with me a very elderly lady who has been, very enthusiastic about casting their votes.
She understands Kannada.
Madam, nimge ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ತಾನೇ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸತಿ ನೀವು vote ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ? I'm just asking her how many times has she voted in her life? And she's telling me that she's cast her vote in 20 elections or even more than that. ಈ ಸತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ vote ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಹೇಗನ್ಸ್ತು?
పోయి ఓటేసేసి వచ్చి మీకు ఎట్లా అనిపించింది?
Easy on in there.
Easy. Oh, and of course, the elderly voter here telling me that she's still enthusiastic about voting, and of course, she's gone and cast her vote as well. We will come back to you with updates. Of course, we have seen close to 10.45% polling happening throughout the state. Of course, all the voters here, like you just heard, some bit of difficulties being faced. And we'll have to see how the Election Commission perhaps addresses these issues now that this is coming to light. Back to you.
Absolutely, Rukmini. Let's hope the Election Commission officials actually have a solution for all of those who have stepped out there and decided to vote this morning in Karnataka. A busy morning for you, undoubtedly, in Bengaluru. We'll keep coming back to you for all the latest updates and figures. But on that note, time again for a quick breather on the show. Stay tuned. Lots more exciting development from Karnataka on the other side.